The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Now I'm gonna keep y'all up to date with the impeachment inquiry going into whether Donald Trump committed an impeachable offense when he used $390 million plus in military aid to get Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to basically open up an investigation into Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden, who actually sits on the board of an energy company out there in Ukraine. Now, Wednesday, actually, the House Judiciary Committee began the second phase of this impeachment inquiry when they brought in four law professors to basically discuss the guidelines and of like what is impeachment. And three of the law professors basically said that this was a textbook definition of an impeachable offense. Like you had Michael Gerhardt, the University of North Carolina law professor, who basically said that if this isn't impeachable, then nothing is impeachable. But then you also had Jonathan Turley, a law professor at George Washington University, who said that he's concerned that this sets a dangerous precedent because of the paucity of evidence and abundance of anger it fits. Some old Republican shit, but Greenwald and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Make sure you sign that petition, y'all. Get Donald Trump on Twitter. You can find the link in my Instagram bio, GradyGrant716, or check the link in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube. Now check this out. California Republican Representative Devin Nunez is actually the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee that just finished conducting the first stage of the impeachment inquiry going into Donald Trump, whether he committed impeachment an impeachable offense, when he tried to pressure Ukraine into opening up an investigation against the Bidens. Devin Nunez, he's suing CNN for $400 million. Basically doing so because they published a story that kind of implicates him into the whole impeachment inquiry when they said that he traveled to Vienna last year to meet with the Ukrainian prosecutors to basically dig up dirt on the Biden. Nunez says it's not true. CNN tried to interview him, but get a comment from him before they published the story. He refused to do so. Now he's suing for $400 million. I don't know. When it comes to rich people suing for that much money, it sounds like guilt shit to me. Greenwald and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Over in London, President Trump abruptly canceled a scheduled news conference that he was supposed to have and left the NATO summit early. NATO being North American Treaty Organization. And it's pretty much understood that he did so because this video went viral, basically showing other world leaders laughing at him. I mean, you had Canadian President Justin Trudeau. You had, he's the Prime Minister actually, French President Emmanuel Macron, Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte, or Rutte, R-U-T-T-E, however y'all pronounce that shit. They were basically caught on camera and a hot mic, or, you know what I'm saying, but just a mic that was turned on, whatever, smiling and laughing about his lengthy press conference and how even his own supporters don't really support his erratic behavior. They don't always understand it. So this was then caught and then put out there by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Greenwald and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Sometimes I know I get these reports, man, and it's a lot of times it's more the same. Even down to my rap broadcast or whatever. So, and this might be that type of post. But a new analysis comes out that the greenhouse gas emissions for 2019 for the world is expected to reach a record high. Now, this analysis is coming out amid the United Nations Climate Summit that's happening out in Madrid, Spain. Initially supposed to be in Santiago, Chile, but it's the people, it's the government over there. They warring, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? But now we up in Madrid, and one of the United Nations Climate Summit, also called COP25 or COP25, is actually has one of its biggest sponsors is Endesa. That's Spain's largest greenhouse gas emitter. As an electric utility company, they put out 60 million tons of carbon dioxide each year, and still had the nerve to give the summit $2.2 million in exchange for an exhibition space. So just like I said in broadcast number 5, the same ones funding it, the same ones we up against. Back then it was General Motors and Trans and the government. Now we got other shit going on. Greenwald and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. Make sure y'all sign that petition. Hit Donald Trump off Twitter. Find the change.org link in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube or in my Instagram bio. Since we back really again, GradyGrand716. You can find the link there. Say that exactly why you should be removed from the platform. Also, make sure y'all check out my mixtape too. Still I Grind. Still_I Grind on Instagram, or you can check out youtube.com/BishopGradyTV, and it's there as well. Now, over in Colombia, they actually have had the second, in 2 weeks, they've had the third national protest go on. You're talking about tens of thousands of people hitting the streets, marching, basically calling for an entire regime change under Presidente Ivan Duque. Now, they want his whole cabinet gone, and due to corruption and lack of resources, and the typical shit that's going on. It seems like to be nation to nation, like continent to continent. Like a lot of people are just fed up with their establishment, and definitely over in Colombia, after the murder of a lot of indigenous people and community leaders, those people have had a fucking enough. So we'll see how this turns out. Green Wall and Graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So over in France, workers are on strike today as they're basically trying to call for attention, or trying to get rid of or change French President Emmanuel Macron's pension plan. So these strikes have actually paralyzed the transport in Paris and in other major cities. And for a lot of commuters, they're not able to get to work, but they're also, a lot of people are actually in favor of it, because it's like, well, these strikes are fighting for ultimately their retirement plan. So that's what's happening out there. Green Wall and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. In Madrid, Spain, the capital, there's actually a shelter for unaccompanied migrant children there that right-wing politicians have really been against. And I'm not purposely trying to implicate right-wing politicians in Spain, but this is kind of suspicious, especially since there was a mob of people that attacked the children at this shelter last month. But let me just say this: the actual story is there was a hand grenade thrown over the walls of the shelter. Now, you know what I mean? Yeah, obviously with some intent on harming the children or harming the people in the shelter. Now, the grenade didn't explode until a detonation crew actually came in and let the bomb go off and it controlled detonation. But yeah, it just looks crazy. Green Wall and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So over in India, in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh, there was a 23-year-old rape survivor who was actually headed to her trial for the raping, on which stemming from a lawsuit that she filed against two men that she's alleging had raped her back in March. And while she's on the way walking to the trial, these same two men basically set her on fire. You know what I'm saying? They assaulted her and set her on fire. Now she's in the hospital in critical condition. And authorities have arrested those two alleged rapists, as well as a rapist, as well as 3 other men that they believe was connected. But this only comes like 2 weeks after, in the southern state of Hyderabad, is what it's called. There was a 27-year-old woman that was raped and set on fire. So, everybody's up in a frenzy about violence against women over there. And, they should be. Green Wall and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. Sign that petition, y'all. Get Donald Trump on Twitter. Find the change.org link in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube, or go straight to my Instagram account, actually, GradyGrand716. The link is right there, laying out exactly why you should be removed from that platform. Check the link in the bio, by the way. Now, check this out. In Afghanistan, in the eastern city of Jalalabad, there was an attack where a gunman opened fire and ended up killing 6 people. One of these people was actually the head of a Japanese aid agency known as Peace Japan Medical Services, which the guy by the name of Tetsu Nakamura had actually received honorary Afghan citizenship for his decades of humanitarian efforts in Afghanistan. So to be killed like that is kind of insane, you know what I mean? But no groups have claimed responsibility for the attack. The Taliban said they had nothing to do with it. So I don't know. We'll see how this turns out though. Green Wall and Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So I'm talking to the streets right now. You know what I'm saying? All my street soldiers, warriors, and all that. Niggas that be having like 100 guns on their block and all of that. Want to put them all up in these motherfucking rap videos and all of that. I'm gonna need y'all to do some real use with that and start policing your own neighborhoods. Because listen to where we are right now in this community, in this country as a society. Attorney General William Barr, hand selected by Donald Trump to be basically the nation's chief law enforcement officer, right? He made some comments at a Washington, D.C. Award ceremony that, you know what I mean, set the political world on fire, basically saying that people need to have more deferential treatment towards what we call police brutality. Otherwise, they'll be, you know, or risk having police presence removed from their community. So basically, get with it, or we gonna be at a loss. Well, it won't be a loss if we holding ourselves the fuck down like we supposed to anyway. Green War on Graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Land. Y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. Y'all remember that Florida neighborhood watch vigilante George Zimmerman? Of course you do, because he's kept his fucking name in the news ever since he murdered Trayvon Martin back in 2012. For those who don't know, this is a 17-year-old kid walking from a convenience store with a hoodie on, some Skittles, and a fucking Arizona iced tea. And I guess that shit was just too hood for Zimmerman, so he calls, radios in the police. They tell him to stand down. He still goes up and harasses this 17-year-old kid, apparently gets his ass beat, and then feels like he has to kill him and kills Trayvon Martin. It sparked nationwide outrage, a lot of protesting. And you know, people still feel a way about this, including myself, right? He was acquitted of all charges, any murder charges, whatever, in 2013. Yet, here he is suing Trayvon Martin's family for $100 million. Trayvon Martin's parents, the prosecution team, the lawyer, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Insane. For defamation and malicious prosecution. Green War on Graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. Over in Arizona, there's actually a lawsuit that's aimed at halting the construction of the Trump border wall, that being presented by Pima County, right? But also, Tucson City Council actually voted to be a part of this lawsuit as well. So they're trying to stop construction in the following areas: in Oregon Pike Cactus National Monument, in the Cabeza Prieta National Wildlife Refuge, and in the San Pedro Riparian National Conservation Area. Now, I notice national is in all of these names. These are this is land that's supposed to be protected by the United States, and a lot of this land belongs to like the Tohono O'odham indigenous people and other indigenous communities. But the Trump administration has been waiving a lot of environmental laws so they could get going on this border wall construction. Green War on Graduation.